Hey everybody, Thacia here with Legacy of Light in conjunction with One Love Wellness Center here in Menasha, Wisconsin, coming to you for one of my 365 days from my heart to yours. And tonight I am sharing the third noble truth of the Buddhist tradition, and from the perspective of the book Be Here Now. And so it says, lame, halt, blind, dying, we're all dying. At this moment, your body is disintegrating before your very eyes. If you've taken LSD, you may be seeing it do this, but you know it's happening anyway. It's all a downhill trip, all the way. Boy, what a funny place to get attached to something that's got to go like that. So Buddha says, the cause of suffering is attachment or desire. They all say the same thing, the third noble truth. Give up attachment, give up desire. You end the births, you end the deaths, you end the suffering. You end the whole thing that keeps you stuck. If I'm not attached to this particular time, space, locus, then I can free my awareness from my body and I become one with it all. I can merge with the Divine Mother. So the third noble truth is to give up attachment and to give up desire. And that is attachment to it all. And yes, sometimes it may seem like that's hard. And it may seem like it doesn't make sense. But at some point, as you're going along your path, it just does. I went to some Dharma talks, was it last February or March? And the whole thing was about that, of letting go of this attachment and how it is easy. And one of the things that I learned is to get rest, even if I don't get sleep. So, it could be a sleepless night for whatever reason. I am able to now just be like, okay, I'm not going to get sleep, but I'm going to get rest. And I'm going to be fine for my day tomorrow. And it works every freaking time. That it's not, before it's almost like you're attached to that. I'm not going to get sleep. This is going to be like the worst day. And then you just create that. But when you let go of this attachment to, oh, I'm not going to get any sleep, you're letting go of the attachment to the responses of your body. You're letting go of the attachment to this is the only outcome. But if you say, oh, I'm not going to get sleep, but I'm going to get rest, in whatever fashion you do that, it works. I'm telling you, it works. Because, I see now a lot of it is just letting go of that attachment. And a lot of times we have attachment to these sufferings, which we don't even realize that we do. We're like, I don't want to suffer. But part of you does. Part of you doesn't believe, for whatever reason, you deserve such and such, or you deserve freedom from that thing that you're attached to the suffering from. So one of the things that you can do is, just become willing to let go of your need for this attachment to this suffering. Because attachment leads to this desire, which leads to the suffering. And another thing I learned from that the Dharma talks is that one of the speakers said once, he went through kind of the same process. Like, he hasn't suffered since. And at the time, that baffled me. I was like, well, he has to have suffered somehow. Well, no, he just decided to let go of his attachments to these things, you know. So when you give up attachment, you give up desire, you end the births, you end the deaths, you end the suffering, you end the whole thing that keeps you stuck. And I had the blessing to have this experience through a shamanic journey, so to speak, where I was given the choice to either hang on to this body or to let it go. And I chose to let it go, because when I was looking this way and that way, it seemed like I was stuck there. And I made the decision I didn't want to be stuck here. And so literally, like, parts of my body began falling off. Like, it started with my teeth. Like, I literally, like, spit them out into my hand. And then, like, I don't know if it was my skin. It sounds really morbid, but it wasn't. That was the crazy part. Like, my skin was falling off, and I had my teeth in my hand and my skin, and then I started like almost playing with it, like, wow. And then I let go of this attachment to this, because this isn't who I am. This is who I'm experiencing life on earth this time, but it is not who I am. So I decided to let go of this, you know, my attachment to these things and this thing and this cute little thing. And all of a sudden I was just transported to this beautiful, beautiful space. And it was like this homecoming party, but there was nothing missing. There was nothing that I needed, and it was the most beautiful, comforting, loving space that I've ever been in. And that's what it was. It was just some space. It wasn't like we weren't standing on the ground. We were just there, and there was colors swirling through everything, and the music was like nothing I've ever heard, and there was like joy and laughter, and it was just the most amazing space. And in that space there was, like I said, nothing lacking. And that, you know, I believe is because I let go of the attachment to this. So they showed me another possibility. I let go of my attachment to the birth, the death, the desires, the anything. And there was this beautiful, grand place, this space that was beyond anything. So I often try to remember that feeling, and to remember how that feeling came. That was like everything. That's like all the feelings in the universe were right there, just wrapped up in this beautiful space. But had I just held on to this, I don't believe I would have been then transported there because I would have held on to my suffering, held on to, oh, my teeth are falling out, like this should be painful, like this thing had like kind of cut my face also, I forgot about that, but it didn't hurt because I wasn't attached to this realm and how we experience it. I was able to let go. And so I encourage you all, whether you're a Buddhist or not, we can learn from any tradition, any religion. They all have useful parts, and you get to decide what those are. And you don't have to follow any strict rules or regulations or anything. You get to choose, but why not seek out the beauty in all of this? And, integrate it into who you are. Because I'm pretty sure that all of us desire to be free from suffering, to give up on these attachments. And be free. Like at the core of a lot of what we want seems to be freedom. I want to be free from pain. I want to be free from suffering. I want to be free from doubt. I want to be free from struggles. And if we want these freedoms, we have to give up our attachment to all of this. All of this. Everything. And it is so possible. And now I know this possibility and how that man, Dean Schwanzer, was able to say, I have not suffered since. And I believe with my whole heart that truth, because I can see it now. I can see as it has been unfolding here for me in my existence, in my reality, in my divine expression. And a lot of times, things, we expect them to just happen. But sometimes it's like our spirit is up here and our earth body, all this stuff has to like almost catch up with it. And then it was like, hey, yeah, we just have to match that vibration and to believe that we match that vibration. A lot of that is just that. So I want to match the vibration of me that's already in me. It's here now. So be here now. The vibration that is no longer attached. The vibration that is no longer suffering. The vibration that no longer is stuck here in this spot. I want to let go to the flow of my divine existence. And I let go of my attachment to everything and anything that has ever caused me suffering. And I want that for all of you as well. For you to come to that place to realize that you can let go of your attachments. You can let go of these desires to be a certain way, to have certain things. Because when we let go of our attachments, things then can come into our reality. Then they can come to us. Because everything is here right now. And it's happening right now. We just have to realize that and match that vibration. And have no doubts that we match that vibration. And so I personally believe that these, 4 noble truths are very helpful to realize your divine expression, to help you along your path, and to help you know that you don't have to suffer. It's your choice. It really is all of our choices. So I love you. And as always, you are eternally adored for just being you. And that's a pretty sweet deal.